Hey guys, Eric here. I'm here with Matt and Brecken of Robot Chicken fame. Guys, welcome back. You are old convention pros at this point, right? What's this like for you?
Yeah, this is like 17 years going, at least for San Diego. For here, it's since the beginning. Yeah, it's always surreal because it's growing and it's awesome, and there are so many people in costuming this year. It's I don't know. What do you think?
It's really, really exciting. It's super fun watching. I love the costumes. I sound like a moron. I love the costumes.
Well, also though, you guys come out. Robot Chicken is always a very popular show here. What's it like when you kind of get to have that interaction with the fans of the show?
It's weird in a good way, like, because again, we live in a bubble. I mean, our writers' room is like 8 dudes and it smells bad, and maybe we'll have a
nice
female.
bubble.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really nice to be out and about and see what people actually think about our show. So yeah, that reaction is reaffirming or horrifying, depending on what they think of the sketch we show.
What is it like when you do your sketches, do all the episodes, and then something pops, and maybe it's something kind of unexpected? Is that strange for you when it's like someone is quoting something that you might have just said as a?
I'm amazed that when we do the panels, the minutia that people pick up on, like the little tiny details where they'll ask us a question, we're like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like, oh, in this sketch, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't even remember that. He doesn't remember that, but I love that you remember that.
Right.
And when people are dressed as the obscure characters. People dressed as the obscure characters.
Yeah, kind of as a joke in the writers' room at the beginning of the season, I go, I bet you if I tweet what's everyone's favorite sketch, we may get 2 people that just say the same thing, but we won't. And we tried it, and no joke, it was 50 different answers. And that's good and bad, I guess.
Yeah.
Now we know you're working on a new DC special.
Yes.
Can you talk a bit about that? We're coming off, there's stuff going on. I was thinking, Man of Steel you have, and then you've got stuff like Arrow. So you've got that plus plenty of comic books to lean on. Anything you're looking at for inspiration?
We focused on the villains this time around. I think we really loved Alfred Molina's portrayal of Lex Luthor.
Yes.
And then we kind of went with that in this special and writing it. So we have a lot of that, and Brecken interacts as Superman, and it's that story. And we asked Jeff Johns as we were doing it. Lex Luthor has a daughter, so that factors into this storyline that we're telling.
Brecken, do you like to think of yourself as the definitive Superman?
I really do. It's interesting you say that because it's funny. I'm quoting the internet because it's been the popular opinion, but they came to me about Man of Steel, and I was like, you know what? I really do it for me and for Robot Chicken. No, I know. I have the body. I'm good to go. Give it to the Brit. Let him do it.
Right,
Give him a shot.
Give him a shot. Yeah.
Fresh
off the boat.
They really haven't gotten into the American cinema society so much. We haven't let them over.
The talkies.
Yeah. So.
Besides.
By the way, an animated version of Superman is the only place I will get to play Superman. So I'm very happy that we get to.
It's the wonder of animation.
It's the wonder of animation.
And I'll say Brecken's Bizarro is spectacular.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. Well, I come out of a summer movie season, and I was thinking I was going to talk to you guys. I'm like, I wonder what they're going to do with the summer movies. When you, at this point, you've been doing the show for a few years. Do you kind of absorb pop culture in a different way because you're like, this might end up as a sketch on Robot Chicken?
We have to remain timely or timeless, I should say. So that's what makes it tricky. So if we see something and a year from now you're going to forget it, we have to not touch it.
Right.
But we do have a good Pacific Rim sketch coming up, which I'm very happy about. We play with that.
Timely.
Yeah. No, it's just.
Speaking of the big hits of the summer.
But yeah, otherwise I don't think we touch on too much from this summer.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what else
No,
came out.
that is the thing, is 11 months from script to screen. So if you're gonna do thing was last season or whatever, when everyone got there, it was like, all right, let's get the Bane sketches out of the way because I know we're going to have 1,000 of them. Everyone's like, but I like mine the best. They all pitching their wacky Bane sketches. But
yeah, you really fought for that voice.
I really, really fought for that voice.
Your show does mix up sort of the recent past, the far past, and some things that came out recently. Is that fun for you when you're sitting around to think about, reaching into the things we grew up with versus something in the past year, and it all kind of can mash together?
Yeah, the biggest conversation we always have is taking these absurd concepts and putting them in a very mundane world. I think that's kind of what we latch onto. It's like how to just simplify these outlandish characters. So it's less about trying to mix and match than it is just about making something relatable.
But there's sometimes it is really with what Seth and Matt have done with the show is the animation is the way it is intentionally. It's supposed to look like when it started, that you're playing with your toys. And one of the things I love, just as a viewer of the show, which I probably never said to Matt, so don't tell him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now I'm really
Don't
excited
tell
about
him.
this.
Okay.
Is
Oh, you're gonna give me an ego.
yeah,
All right.
there are certain times where, as a kid, you'd go to your toy box or your floor where they were just living, and it was like, oh, I only have Rainbow Bright and G.I. Joe. I'll just do them. They'll play together today because all my other toys are broken.
Right.
So sometimes Robot Chicken is like that to me, where it's like robots, we have Rainbow Bright and G.I. Joe going on a date because they were the only ones in the toy box.
Right.
And it's just fun.
You mentioned Pacific Rim. Anything else you can tease about the new season?
New season. We're
It's
starting.
all
with-
Pacific Rim.
Wow, you're going in on that.
We were in
We
Australia.
really thought that was going to be bigger.
We were
so.
just in Australia, and Seth in an interview mockingly was like, "Yeah, we're doing a whole episode on Australia, the Hugh Jackman movie with Nicole Kidman," and it got printed in like 18 outlets. And Seth's like, "I said that as a joke. I don't understand what."
So now we're doing it.
Yeah,
Now
so
you
now
gotta
we're
do
forced
it.
to do it. Yeah, 'cause
Australian
the pri-
demands
yeah.
it, yeah.
No, we're doing a Christmas special to start us out. And then, as far as the new season, I mean, we have everyone from we have a lot of Game of Thrones. George R.R. Martin was on the show.
Oh, like he came in and voiced?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
came in and did a voice. Maisie Williams did a voice. She was awesome. I'm trying to think some of the
There's
other
an
stuff.
Emmett Otter jug band
There
that
is.
is live action puppets. That
If anyone remembers
still-
that.
I've every year I think I've said to you and Seth that I'm pushing for the Galaxy High sketch, and I will continue that until it happens.
Galaxy High. Nothing yet.
All right,
You can
damn
keep
it.
pushing.
Damn it.
You can keep pushing that.
It'll get there.
You guys have fun.
The further we get away from it, it'll become even more relevant.
Right. It's coming, guys.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
resurgence.
resurgence.
You have
The
fun with
reboot of Galaxy
reboot.
High.
Come on, edgy, darker.
Yeah.
You have fun with your guest voices because you'll have people. They'll voice maybe a version of a character we know them for, but they'll also voice something that's just completely out of left field.
Because we have no money.
Right.
Because contractually we can get them to do 3 voices. So if we get them in, we can.
Yeah,
throw
SAG
anything out.
rules. You get to play 3 voices
Yeah.
without us having to up the price.
Yeah, so you get Alfred Molina to come in and do Lex Luthor, and you're like, also, can you do this pimp and this hooker?
Right.
He's like, well, I'd love to, actually. That'd be great.
This is the one they'll remember me for.
Yeah, exactly.
So like when you had people like Maisie in or other people like that, have you been able to kind of throw
I
the
think it was
random
Sean
stuff?
Bean who just came in and had to play Heathcliff. I'm not kidding about
The
that.
role he was destined to
Zeb
play.
and Tom were so mad at me, but we have to cast these roles.
Yeah.
And he's like, and what is this character? And we're like, it's this cartoon.
You know Garfield? Okay, he's not bad.
Right, not Garfield,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
the
that's-
non-union Garfield.
Now, Brecken, you obviously you got a few other things happening at the same time. What is it about Robot Chicken that makes it that you do that multitasking?
I
You get
literally
in there.
just, no matter what other shows I'm doing, Robot Chicken is the one thing that's like the steady. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's my foundation. It's like the day job that I always want to do, and always it's so much fun. Even literally, I film my other show at in Culver City, very far away from our studios in Burbank. And no matter what, I'm like, no, I want to go record. That's like it's like playtime.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much fun.
Again, with Robot Chicken, the thing I always it's a bunch of friends who are just playing with toys. That's really what we started with. And
Right.
the core of that show, we're in our 7th season. The main people are still doing this show. Like we all are working on it and not going anywhere, and that's what's really nice about it.
It's like the longest job I've ever had.
right. I know there's like corporate things behind the scenes that would make this maybe not possible anymore, but you think ever a Marvel special?
I just asked them
We just-
upstairs.
Try
Yeah.
to pimp 'em out.
Yeah. No, we asked. Oh, we'll keep asking. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. It's up to them if they want to do it.
All
We'll,
right.
we'll say yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm pushing for it.
Anybody you see, if you see any of those guys like Loeb for TV, just saying.
I'm talking
Yeah.
to him tomorrow.
If you make it happen, maybe that Galaxy High stuff.
Okay.
Oh, we'll trade for that.
I think
That's
that's
a
a
good
fair
idea.
deal.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the panel. More from New York Comic Con. Stay here at IGN. Thanks.